In this video, I not only have to survive against regular mobs in Minecraft, but I have to survive against the Wither Storm and its own minions. Yeah, I'm about to get absolutely destroyed. To begin, I spawned right next to a little house with an area to summon the Wither right on top. I quickly glanced around to get my bearings because as soon as I summon this Wither Storm, I have exactly 50 seconds to get out before it begins to chase me. My immediate goal was to go right into the village that's fairly close to us and hopefully be able to grab some supplies to help me out. After saying my goodbyes in my notebook and summoning the Wither, I booked it right for the village. Grabbed some food, some bread, some apples, a bed, and even a saddle just in case I can find a horse. Luckily, even though the Wither had started to follow me at this point, it was distracted by other mobs in the ground, so I had slightly a little advantage. At this point, the clock has started. I now have exactly 30 minutes until the Wither evolves into a much more deadlier phase. Knowing I could use all of the help that I could possibly get, I quickly dove underground to grab some iron and coal to make some armor, so I wouldn't be killed by the normal mobs in Minecraft. I even continued farther into the cave to grab some diamonds so I could get started on the materials to get to the nether. This is when I noticed that I was distracted mining and I didn't realize that the Wither Storm had already evolved to the next stage. This is where things begin to go bad. At this stage, the Wither Storm is actually faster than running and swimming. I have absolutely no choice. I must find a horse within the next few seconds or I'm going to die and lose everything and have to start over. Frantically, I'm looking everywhere for one until I find a field, and this is my only shot at surviving. I quickly jump onto the horse multiple times trying to tame him as the Wither Storm is getting closer and closer and closer. And at the last possible moment, I tame the horse, place my saddle, and book it away from the Wither Storm. But it's not over. As I'm riding away, I run straight into the ocean. I know, literally my luck. Sadly, at this moment, I decide to leave my horse behind in the solid hopes that this Wither Storm will not kill my horse and I could come back and get them. So I quickly jump into a boat, ride away, as I sadly watch my horse get brought up into the sky and murdered by the Wither Storm. After journeying through the ocean for a few minutes, I find my next piece of land. I realize that my only option is to dig deep into the ground so I can create enough blocks to give me some time to regroup. After some looting, I end up crafting a full set of iron armor, and I even place down a new bed, chest, and crafting table to act as a temporary outpost for myself. I figure if, or rather when I die, it would be nice to have some backup gear. I decide to keep mining as I notice when I decide to leave the cave that I'm immediately pulled into the sky by the now phase 4 Wither Storm. I shoot the eyeball and drop to the ground, sadly missing the water bucket and dying on impact. After regrouping, I realized that because I was able to see what phase the Wither Storm was in, I have an advantage. Now that I know the Wither Storm is at phase 4, that means that the Wither Symbiont can spawn, which will give me an item that can craft a bomb to kill the Wither Storm. I know what I must do. I must slay this demon. Now that the Wither Symbiont has slayed, I end up getting the command block book that will allow me to craft the Formidibomb to hopefully take out this Wither Storm. To craft this Formidibomb, I need blaze powder, gunpowder, and sand. The problem is, I only have the sand. So, step 1, I quickly go to the nether and get some blaze powder. And step 2, I almost kill almost 1,000,000 creepers to get some gunpowder. Yeah, that took an insane amount of time. I climb straight to the surface to end this demon that has now grown over double in size. I place the TNT, light it, and the Wither Storm falls. As I approach the Wither Storm, something feels wrong. I notice that the Wither Storm has been separated into 3 different pieces, and the command block is vulnerable. Something's not right. As soon as I jump onto the Wither Storm, it shoots up into the sky and is now turned into 3 separate Wither Storms. I have to run away right now or I will die to this now 3 times harder Wither Storm. After about an hour of running and even getting sucked up into the air and dying multiple times, I realize another Wither Symbiont has spawned. I decide to try to take it out because I need at least some kind of chance to build some type of weapon that could possibly take out this demon once and for all. As I slay the second Wither Symbiont, I grab the command block book and run right away. This should now give me a chance at actually creating a command block weapon that should be able to do enough damage to hopefully give me a chance at taking out this Wither Storm. At this point, I know that it's my final fight that I will probably be entering into. I know I'm going to need some diamond armor with enchantments if possible, a command block weapon, food, regeneration potions, a water bucket, a shield, ender pearls, arrows, some extra blocks, a respawn anchor with glowstone blocks, and hopefully a second set of all of these objects to the chest to store them in. Yeah, this took me like 6 to 8 hours in real time to get all of this. It was a long day. It was a long day. With all of this gear, I rise to the surface to find that there is a hole inside of the main head of the Wither Storm. I get almost immediately sucked into the air, which I use to my advantage as I shoot an ender pearl with a crossbow into the head. I am now inside the belly of the beast. I place down a chest and place my extra gear inside, and then I place down my respawn beacon with some glowstone for when I inevitably die. As I walk down the hard-to-see cavern, I can see the command block open, ready for me to attack it. However, something seems wrong. I can tell that this must be some sort of trap because the ground around the command block falls into an abyss. For my own safety, I grab some blocks and build to the center structure. As soon as I hit the command block, the structure begins to rise and the battle has begun. I decide to take out some minions so I don't die to them, but every time I try to get near the command block, the tentacles begin to swat me off. My only option is to ender pearl onto the structure and hit the command block and hopefully live. Yeah, that didn't work out so well. I quickly respawn and grab my extra gear and realize I've lost almost everything besides my axe from the first fight. Also, to add to everything falling apart, a Wither Symbiont has spawned inside of the beast. I try my absolute best to defeat this thing by using the walls as cover as it shoots wither heads and arrows at me. Luckily, I live to slay this Wither Symbiont and even take out a bunch of other mobs, all because of those golden apples. This time, I once again build up an ender pearl, this time with full hearts, and hit the command block. At least this time, there seems to only be a ton of minions, and some of the heads decide to pull me up, which I luckily just shoot with arrows to knock myself back down. I can tell that the beast's hurting, and this will probably be the last time I'll need to hit it. I quickly shoot an ender pearl and hit the command block, and my screen fades to white. I have slayed the Wither Storm. And with that, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed. This is around 40 plus hours of footage edited down to just a few minutes, so I would really appreciate it if you dropped a comment and left a like and maybe even just subscribed. But with that, thank you all so much for watching. Feel free to check out episode 1 of my Minecraft Create Mod Survival series, and I will see you guys all in the next one.